Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm here today to talk to you about the 2015 Street 750. I'm going to give y'all a review of this bike. I've been riding this bike for about a year now. I'm here to pretty much give you a year review of what I think about the bike, the pros and the cons about this bike. As some of you know, this is a brand new model for Harley Davidson. It's built for the urban rider, the new riders, the young riders, and the smaller riders. I'm only 5'3", so I'm a real small rider, and I can tell you that this bike definitely feels comfortable for guys my size. It's not very big, it's not very heavy, but it also doesn't look like a little girl's bike either. Giving you a little look on the body. Got a black denim. To me, it's the best color though you could have on the street. Makes it look a lot more manlier, in my opinion at least. Now I'm going to go ahead and just skip to it and tell you the cons about this bike. Well, first things first, a lot of people you're going to hear complain about is, as you can see, let me get on the other side here, it's the brakes. Notice how the brakes are just flat, and you really do have to put a good amount of pressure down on the brake to get a complete stop, good stop. Honestly, it feels kind of loose. But to be honest with you, when you really put your foot down, it really gives you the good stop. So I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. But for some people, it kind of is. Another thing a lot of people complain about is the exposed wires, as you can see, that are right here. To me, it's not a real big deal. Nothing that's too noticeable, in my opinion. I mean, just the look of the bike alone takes away from the wires. And on the other side here. Another big thing that I really didn't like too much about this bike is the mirrors. Now, as you see, the mirrors are not very out, which makes it very hard to look behind you when you're riding on the street. You really have to turn your head around just to make sure that you have a, open lane to turn to. Those you can modify and get bigger mirrors from Harley. They do offer them. But me, I try not to make too much changes to the street because I don't plan on staying with it, for too long. This is honestly a starter bike for the starting riders. This is something I would recommend for the smaller riders that are just starting out. It is a good starter bike, that's no doubt about it. It does kick up speed very fast. The only thing I would have to say though on the speedometer, does not tell you. Let me just go ahead and turn it on here. Does not tell you when you're running low on gas. Pretty much you have to keep a close eye on it by either opening up the gas tank or just waiting for the light just to come on. Which is, sometimes, me personally, I don't like that because I could be driving and I don't know where the gas light turns on at the worst times. But, that's just the way this bike was built, I guess. I should really start with saying that this bike was only $8,000. With tax and title, it came out to about 10 grand, which is, to be honest with you, not a very expensive bike. It's the cheapest bike that I think Harley has to offer. But for the price, the bike is not very bad at all. My biggest thing, honestly, that I did not like about this bike, and honestly did not know until after I purchased it, which was a rookie mistake, is that the exhaust here, as you can see how long it is, does not give you a traditional Harley sound. It honestly sounds like a sewing machine. It sounds really weird, but that's also changeable. Harley does have, Vance & Hines model. I think, wish they carry Screaming Eagle, but I've been told they don't. That certain occasions don't. But that could easily slip on and, put a new one on there, slip off and slip on. That could be adjusted. That, for my quotes that I've gotten, that could cost you anywhere from $400 to $500. The pace, depends on what kind of exhaust you switch it out for. Me, again, I have not made any real big changes. That is the original exhaust. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on for y'all guys so y'all guys could hear exactly how it sounds like. Yeah, so as you can see, it doesn't have that hardcore rumble that you would like for Harley to, sound like. But again, that is changeable. That is something you could switch out along the line. I did add the side guards here. Very important that y'all get this for y'all, unexperienced riders. I learned the hard way. Fortunately, my bike was tipped over one day. Some car ran into it while it was parked, caused it to tip over, and almost caused some serious damage to my engine. Luckily, it didn't. But that's to protect your engine, and it's about $200, but it's definitely worth it. It is worth, paying $200 other than paying a couple thousand to replace anything from your engine. So I highly recommend that you get those side guards. As soon as you get the bike, don't wait, because you never know what might happen. So that's one thing you definitely should get. Those are the cons about this bike, but I will say that it does work very well on the highway. It feels nice. A lot of people, get kind of nervous of riding Sportsters on the highway, but this one picks up speed very, very fast. That's what I like about the bike. It picks up speed. It feels heavy enough to where you don't feel uncomfortable driving past 18-wheelers or any type of big vehicles. This is your city bike, what most people will call it. It is not, really made to go long distance, to big road trips or anything. I mean, granted, you should definitely try it, but, I personally never have. I just basically use this baby to go to work and come back. It gets me to where I need to go. Gas is very inexpensive. It takes about $6 or $7, give or take the gas prices, to fill up this tank, and I really don't fill up until every maybe 2 weeks. But like I said, this all depends on how much you ride your bike. Overall, the only big issues I would say that I had with this bike, it has been a recall on some of the streets in the beginning, which I'm sure Harley has fixed for the most part. But the recall was it wasn't enough. The gas wasn't going to the fuel pump, which was causing the bike to shut off and not start. So if you have one of these bikes and you had a letter through the Harley Davidson to take it in for a recall, definitely take it in and get it fixed. Do not wait. I guarantee you it will happen in the wrong moment. That was the big issue I had with this bike. But Harley took care of it, got it fixed. Granted, it took a while because they are always busy, but point is that they got it fixed, and safety first. So again, if you get any type of recall letter, definitely take it in and don't wait. But other than that, I really have not had any other problems with this bike. Like I said, it feels real comfortable. I'm only 5'3", guys. That is not, your typical biker size to be. You mainly see these 6 foot, 200+ pound beasts riding motorcycles, but I've never been the type to listen to people when they tell me I can't do certain things. So I went out and got a Harley, and this is my starting Harley. And I am very pleased by purchasing this bike.